Sognia Drinks. Thanks so much for being here. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
It really is truly an amazing story. When people hear, not only have you gone back to school, you're also a former Marine. I mean, it is an impressive resume you had before you decided to become an entrepreneur. What do you think about that history, and how does that sort of help you to relate to other people?
Well, you know what? It gave me strength. It gave me inner strength. The fact that I had so many different things that I had to go through to get here. Each step encouraged me. As far as relating to other people, because of the various experiences, you can't find just a little bit of something to relate to people with after you've been through certain life experiences. So in that way, it's helpful.
I do find it interesting, though, in our $1 Million Idea segments, how people have this idea and they say, okay, I'm going to make a business out of that. You were thinking of what, hibiscus, right? And you're like, I can make a drink out of that. Is that how it came about, or how did the idea to make a drink come from you?
The idea has been around forever. It's a traditional drink in the islands, and actually there we call it sorrel. But here in the States, it's more commonly known as hibiscus. So what I did was put a little bit of a twist on it and added some more well-known ingredients, because sorrel itself is not so widely known. Hibiscus a little bit more. So we added things like raspberry and pomegranate and apple and ginger. And you get somewhat of a twist on it from the traditional sorrel beverages. And it's been very well received.
And it's very good for you, right? Do you mind if I taste it? I want a sample. But it's very good for you. What are some of the health benefits?
Well, some that I've researched, it's very good for lowering blood pressure or helping you to maintain the blood pressure. And this has been endorsed by some of the higher-uppers out there. The tea industry actually did a study on, combined study with the USDA on this, and that was one determination that it does help to control blood pressure.
But did you know anything about beverages before you decided to jump into this?
I know they were good.
See, I find that amazing how you, and let's take a look at some of these fruits here that you include there, because I would never look at all these different things here and say, hey, if I blended all this, that would be a great drink. I don't get how you get to that point.
Well, you know, like a lot of people out there that experiment with different ingredients, I was one. If I wanted a drink, I wouldn't just get a Sprite. I would get a Sprite mixed with an iced tea of some sort. So I was always into combining flavors. So that's sort of where that originated from, was just my creativity, if you will, in combining flavors. And that's how I arrived at these flavors.
How about the tough process of not only getting the product ready and having the packaging, it looks beautiful, but then getting it into a store? That has got to be, I imagine, a little intimidating, right?
Initially it was, and to some degree it still is. You develop a thick skin over time, because not everyone embraces you. Not everyone opens the door wide. Some do, some don't. But you hear some no's, you hear some yeses, and hopefully you'll hear more no's, more yeses as you go along. Right. So that's what I've been experiencing lately, and I'm very grateful for that.
That's good. Well, maybe you motivate somebody else who has a great idea out there. They can see your store.
Where can people buy this?
It's at Chamberlain's all over Central Florida.
Okay.
The Chamberlain supermarket. It's picked up by a distributor called Sunbelt, and they distribute to places like Florida Hospital South, the Venice Book Center, DeLand Deli in DeLand. It's at a local restaurant called La Strada, like Estrada.
Okay. Oh, nice.
I love it.
Very quick. I know we're about out of time here, but you said it was named after your daughter. Is that right? Is she over there, by the way? Is Nia over there? Nia, run up here.
Hi, Nia.
We got to see you up here. All right. So, is it neat to go into a store and say, hey, that's a namesake over here? Here she is. Hi, Nia. Good to see you.
She's pretty like a flower.
So, when you see these drinks, do you say, oh my gosh, that's named after me?
Yeah, it's really amazing the way my mom did it, and I was just really proud of her.
Aww.
Good story.
Great.
All right, well, good to have you here. We had to get the daughter up here on that, too. Good to see you guys.
Congratulations.
You have a website, very quickly.
Yes, we do. Sognia, SOGNIA.com.
All right, very good. Thanks, Nia. We surprised you, didn't we? All right, let's go to Jamie King, see how the day is shaping up, and we'll